Guys, if you just clicked on this podcast, something has happened. You just made the best decision of your life. Welcome to the Mario Matter, your favorite Nintendo podcast, episode number 62, where we bring you all the in-depth Nintendo news. If it's not your favorite Nintendo podcast, give us a chance, and I guarantee you, I can't say that, you will hopefully have this as your favorite Nintendo podcast. Welcome to the show. Today, we have tons of things to discuss. This could possibly be our biggest podcast of all time. I'm not even trying to bait you in. Look at the timestamps. Look at everything that we're, talking about today. I'm not trying to bait you in. Look at it. This is probably maybe our most stacked show, okay? We have so much news to discuss. We have WarioWare Move It just came out. We have brand new amiibos that just came out. We have SEGA saying some wild things about Nintendo. We're going to talk about that and talk about if it could ever actually happen. What is it? Well, one, it's in the title. Two, we'll talk about it later. With that said, though, I don't want to waste your time. Don't waste my time. You can't really waste my time. Just, watch the video. That'll be great enough. Or podcast, sorry. With that said, let's go ahead. Let's not waste your time. Let's get right into the Nintendo news. If you don't know, we talk about, Nintendo news and Nintendo things every Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Let's just get into the news. Jeez. Okay, let's go. Well, because you're so interested, we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, we're everywhere with the podcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we are there. Now, what is this segment? You have entered the Nintendo News Headline segment. And what this is we go through news, all Nintendo-based news from the past 7 days. We post this podcast every Saturday at 7 a.m. You don't have to, listen to it right then, but that's when it comes out. And so that would take us back to October 28th, which was actually last Saturday. Although, if you are kind of involved in the world of Nintendo, you would know that news doesn't really come out on weekends. There was a rumor last weekend that I covered in the last podcast. If you want to hear that, link down below. But otherwise, there wasn't much Saturday, so we're going to begin on Sunday, October 29th for all the news, all right? So our first piece of news here, okay? Our first piece of news is Splatoon 3 news. It's Splatfest news, okay? Splatfest was something. I will tell you that. Now, who won the Splatoon 3 Splatfest? We have it here for you, okay? Team Ghost won the Splatoon 3 Halloween Splatfest. Guys, I didn't play it. I didn't play the Splatoon 3 Splatfest. I wanted to, but I just didn't really find the time, and I was hanging out that day, and I just didn't pick up the OLED and turn on Splatoon 3 and get to playing games. I just didn't play. But to those who did, I hope that you had fun. Splatfests are always fun. I need to seriously play because I haven't played one in a while. And next thing I know, they're gonna be finished. They're gonna do no more Splatfest. So I have to really pick it up. I have to seriously play. All right, so that had happened. There were 3 teams, obviously. There were Zombie, Skeleton, and Ghost. 3 different teams. If I were to play, I probably would have picked team, not Zombie, probably Skeleton, probably, yeah, probably Skeleton. So I actually would have lost. Maybe it was a better thing that I actually didn't play, because I would have lost for sure. But other than that, that's really all the news that we have. October 29th, Nintendo doesn't make announcements on the weekends. So now, can we actually get to some Nintendo announcements? October 30th. Is the next day in line to discuss. There wasn't much here, but once we get to the next day, October 31st, and everything after that is kind of stacked. All of the big news happens after that. So therefore, I will run through this one very fast. On October 30th, which was a Monday, we got 3 brand new Nintendo Switch Online games added to the library. Now, 2 of these were NES games. One of them was a Game Boy game. I will run through them. I have honestly never heard of any of them in my life. I believe this had to do with Halloween. So I never heard of them. I didn't really have any interest, but maybe you play them, all right? So the 3 brand new games that we have here that were added, one being Devil World for the NES, the next one being the Mysterious Murasami Castle, if that's how you say it. That was for the NES. And then we also had Castlevania Legends for the Game Boy. That one sounds like the one I should know, but I've never heard of any of them in my life. Is that a crime to not know Castlevania Legends, or is that like some game that like no one's ever heard of? Because that one just sounds like it'd be more popular. Anyways, that was the news for October 30th. Now you're probably telling me like, Max, I knew both of those happened. Get to the news. That's gonna like change the world. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. Not to like downplay those pieces of news. I put them on here for a reason. But like, guys, there's some juicy stuff today. There's some juicy stuff. And actually, Halloween Day has quite the juice. November 1st has juice. The 2nd of November also has juice. And the 3rd of November was just things like releasing. But anyways, what happened on Halloween Day, guys? Halloween Day, you would think this is the time where Nintendo lays low. It's a Halloween. Not everyone's going on Twitter to check all the news or see any sorts of news. You would think that, they're going to lay low and not announce too much, right? Well, this first part, they didn't announce, but this is a big piece of news for those who are big digital Switch gamers, all right? Sandisk, who is a reputable micro SD card and storage, hard drive making company, have announced they are releasing a 1.5 terabyte micro SD card that is compatible with the Nintendo Switch. Okay, can I just say one thing? If you need 1.5 terabytes of storage on your Nintendo Switch, where the largest game file is like 50, 60 gigabytes, I think that you just have to uninstall some things, because there's no reason that you should have, be using that much storage. Now, if you have to, like, I get it's convenient and stuff. I just like, I have a 512, gigabyte. I don't even use half of that. I have so many games. Granted, they're mostly physical, but like still, like I just don't understand. Who needs this? All right, so it's cool to have, sure. This releases, I don't know if we actually have a release date for it. It's not like, some big hyped up launch. Like, Sandisk, a micro SD card company, is not going to like, oh, it's out now. Well, okay, never mind. It's out now. Go to Amazon, link down below. I'll put my shameless affiliate link down in the description. If you're looking for the link, go to the description of the podcast. You'll see one link that says sources and links. Click that, and then it'll be in there. It's a big paste bin. It'll be in there. I'll put the shameless affiliate link in there, which gives me a commission on your purchase. It is $150. Can I do quick math? That is $10 per 100 gigabytes. Is that the correct math? Yeah, it is. Which is honestly a very good deal. That's a very good deal. But just for comparison, that is almost twice the price compared to their 1 terabyte SD card. The 1 terabyte is $83, not on sale, whereas the 1.5 is $150. So think about if that extra $500 is actually worth it or not. Maybe it is to you, maybe you do need it, but if you're just looking for a storage upgrade, 1 terabyte will save you $80. $80. So just think about it. That's just something to consider. I'll put my shameless affiliate link in the description for both of those, actually. Bam. They're both in the same listing, so you won't have trouble, finding them. But bam. All right. So new micro SD cards. What else is new, guys? This is an actual Nintendo announcement that came on Halloween, which is so, like, once again, they should lay low, not the kids. The kids aren't checking news on Halloween. All the cool kids check the Mario Matter every Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern time to get their news, So, guys, Super Mario Run is a phrase I never thought I would say in the late 2023 part of my life, okay? Super Mario Run is hosting an in-game event to celebrate Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now, you might think they should have totally done this before the game released. I agree with you. I don't know why they're doing it now. I guess, like, when the Mario Wonder hype dies off to bring it back, I guess. I guess that's their method. But what is this in-game event? It's nothing like groundbreaking or, that's going to change the world. But what it is if you download the Super Mario Run app, the game is free, but to get more of the game, you have to pay about $10 for the full expansion. However, if you just play right now, until November 30th, if you play, you can get one free course that you would actually originally have to pay for every single day. So I don't know how many courses there are. Let's say if you pay $10, you get 5,000 courses. It's not actually that many, but let's just, for example, you will get one of those courses that you would have to pay for every single day. But however, cool part, listen to this. If you connect a Nintendo account, you actually get double the rewards. You get access to 2 paid courses every single day. This event ends on the 30th of November, so make sure, don't forget, set a phone reminder, tell your Amazon Alexa that Super Mario Run is hosting an event. Guys, if you have an Amazon Alexa, bring me to it right now, okay? Pause the podcast and bring me to it. And then send me a video of you doing this, all right? Alexa, set a reminder that Super Mario Run is hosting an in-game event. And then take it from there. All right, so I just totally helped you out. All right, cool beans. Sorry to anyone's Alexa that I set off. I hope that you had skipped that part of the podcast. Like, skip a little bit. Like, once you heard me say, if you have an Alexa, you should have skipped right then. I'm so sorry. But hopefully I set some reminder. Does she even, do reminders? She must. Like, maybe that did that even work? She does reminders, right? She probably does. All right. Anyways, I don't have my Alexa here anymore. It broke. What just fell? Where? I don't know what fell. Something fell. Alexa, send reminders. It's all good in the hood. All right, guys. We have a few more pieces of news, and these last 2 pieces are actually big news, all right? So, this next piece, guys, the Twitch app on the Nintendo Switch is leaving us. It is shutting down. It is being removed from the eShop. So, out of all people, Amazon actually announced this. And the headline just simply reads, Nintendo Switch Twitch app ending support January 2024. Now, the actual date is January 31st, 2024. That's an odd date to do it just because it's the 31st. I don't know if that's like a placeholder. I doubt it. It'll probably be that actual day, January 31st. It's just like the number 31 just sounds like a placeholder. Anyways, that is when it is going away. It'll be off the eShop, and I assume that you'll be able to have it on your home menu still, but when you open it, it'll probably just say error or this service is no longer available, and then it'll kick you out. So my guess is it was barely ever used. I had Twitch on my Switch because it was free. Why would you not download a free app that you might use? But in reality, not only do I almost never use Twitch, I don't imagine that there were many Switch Twitch, that's so hard to say, Switch Twitch users very often. Let me know down below in the comments if you're on a platform that can use comments, like Spotify can and YouTube can. Let me know. Have you ever used Twitch on your Switch seriously? Not just, messing around and seeing how it works. Let me know if you, actually tuned in to somebody's stream. Because I never did. I don't know. If it could, stream your Switch games live from your Switch, then it'd be used way more. But, that's just kind of unrealistic. Nintendo isn't quite there yet, okay? Either way, that happened, and that is going to happen January 31st, 2024. Do I have to set, a reminder for your Amazon Alexa again, saying that this shuts down January 31st? I hope not. Anyways, we have another piece of news, which is going to sound somewhat underwhelming a little bit. However, there's a deeper backstory to this piece of news. All right, so the headline reads, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Switch OLED Bundle announced in Australia. Shout out to any and all Australians watching the podcast or listening to the podcast. I love you all, okay? I love everyone else too, but there was one time on the podcast where I was like, comment down below if you're Australian. People commented and I felt so happy, all right? So This was announced in Australia. Now, here's the backstory. This is just, a classic bundle. Some might call it a Black Friday type bundle. Here's the thing. Last podcast, we reported that this kind of bundle was rumored. I didn't make the rumor, so credit to... Oh, geez, it was some website that made the rumor. Credit to whoever got the rumor right, or like who spread the rumor. I didn't spread it, I just reported it. The rumor that we reported on and shared to you all was correct. There is a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Switch OLED bundle that has 3 months of Switch Online and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the bundle happening. That is going to happen. So it's announced for Australia right now. I didn't see a North American or a Europe announcement. However, I assume that we will get them as well closer to Black Friday. We'll probably have a North American and Europe announcement mid-November, I would think, but I don't know for sure. I don't have any inside sources on that. But yeah, once again, I don't want to act like I made the whole rumor, but like if you listen to the podcast, we only report credible things, and that's one of them. One more point for us on the Mario Matter on knowing what to report and what not to report. So this releases on the 24th of November, which is the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know what the deal, like, is Thanksgiving like a worldwide, like, is there a Thanksgiving in Australia? Like, I don't even know. Is Black Friday an American thing? I don't know. But for us Americans, like for my knowledge, that's the day after Thanksgiving, which is cool. So that's actually Black Friday is when that's released. Hold on, guys. Just like for my stupid sake, is Black Friday a thing in Australia? Yes, it is. Black Friday becomes... as Black Friday becomes an increasingly popular event for Australian consumers, blah, blah, blah. So yes, Australia, that releases Black Friday. As long as we have the same Black Friday, which is the 24th of November. Yeah. Also, on that Black Friday, you will also be getting the 2 Animal Crossing Switch lights that we have talked about and seen on this podcast. They're actually in stores if you're in America or Europe, I believe. It's the Animal Crossing Switch lights. There's a pink one and a blue one, and they have like leaves on the back. Those Switch lights are coming to Australia along with the Switch Sports OG Switch bundle. So it's not the OLED. It's just a normal Switch that comes with Switch Sports, I believe, digitally. That bundle is also being restocked in Australia as well. You will have all of those, I assume, on Black Friday. You'll definitely have the Mario Kart 8 one on Black Friday, but like the other ones will either come on Black Friday before it, or unlikely it'll come after Black Friday. So you'll have to see on that. Check your local retailers in Australia, and you'll see the news on what's being in stock. All right. Now we get to November 1st. It was a brand new month. Guys, I like to scroll on TikTok, okay? And I see everyone using that audio that's like, wake up, it's the first of the month. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry if you did it, right? But I just don't know like how people think that's gonna like change their month. Or have you seen those things where it says, don't skip this audio, repost it, and something good will happen? Guys, I want you to know, I haven't reposted one of those and I've been fine. Like, nothing bad has happened. Nothing has happened. Like, skip those freaking TikToks, okay? Don't post the first of the month thing. Guys, life's been fine. Next thing you know, a ghost pops up behind me. Dude, that'd be terrible. Okay, anyways. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, guys. Wave 6 was revealed on November 1st. They put out a trailer for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 6 DLC. That is so long. There are 8 new tracks being added, along with some extra changes too, which I will dive into. So, as you know, whenever a brand new wave of Mario Kart tracks gets announced, it's typically 8 tracks, 2 new cups. What are these tracks? So there's one new cup called the Acorn Cup, and there are 4 new tracks in there. One being the Tour Rome Avanti from Mario Kart Tour, obviously. We have the GameCube DK Mountain. We have the Wii Daisy Circuit. And we have the Piranha Plant Cove, which is going to be interesting. It looked cool. And then we also have the Spiny Cup with 4 returning tracks that are remastered in full HD and Mario Kart 8 graphics. We have the Madrid Drive track from Mario Kart Tour. We have a Rosalina's Ice World from the 3DS, which is Mario Kart 7. We have Bowser Castle 3 from the SNES, that would be Super Mario Kart. And we have Rainbow Road from the Wii. And I will not lie to you, I don't know if that's my favorite. I like DK Mountain a lot, but that one has me, kind of excited. Mario Kart Wii was the first Mario Kart game that I've ever played, and Rainbow Road was like the track on there, like Rainbow Road is the famous track in Mario Kart. And so that was like the track for me. So I am happy that that one is coming over. Kind of gives me a bit of a nostalgic feeling towards it, Now, because this is their last shabongle with the whole Mario Kart DLC, right? Nintendo's actually adding in a few extra things to this Wave 6 update that we haven't seen in the previous waves, if I'm not wrong. These things being, we're getting 16 new Mii racing suits, and they noted Daisy, a Daisy racing suit being one of them. If you tap in Daisy's amiibo, you will get a Daisy racing suit. Now, I don't know if the one is a Daisy one. So, okay, there's 16. One is Daisy. I don't know if that's just like, there's a Daisy amiibo. Let's just add that one. And then like the other 15 are just DLC exclusive. Like if you buy the DLC, then you get all those. I don't know if they're all amiibo exclusive. I don't know the exact case with all of it. But Daisy is certainly one of them. And then there's 15 others. Once again, not sure if you need an amiibo for all of them or if they're all just free. I couldn't find that. If you can, let me know. But also, one of the coolest things that I have ever seen in a game, they did it phenomenally with Splatoon 3. Nintendo is adding a jukebox music player to listen to the Mario Kart course music. Okay, so let's say that you want to, just have a jam session. If you go to the Mario Kart menu after this update releases on the 9th of November, you will see a jukebox button, and you can actually click that, and from what I can believe and from what I can read, you will be able to listen to effectively any Mario Kart 8 Deluxe song, which is so cool. Like that's sick, That's awesome. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have a super use for that. Like I don't really have a use. Like I'm not going to go in there and, let's just listen to Mario's Circuit. Like I just don't have a desire for that. But it's a cool thing nonetheless. And you see this being incorporated into some of Nintendo's games. You see it in Splatoon, you see it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now, and I think there was like one more that I had thought of. I don't know, maybe not. Do you guys think this is a way for Nintendo to justify taking down their music online? Like, let's say, Nintendo doesn't love when you use their music and just post it online. They don't really mind it when it's like background music for a video, but just straight up posting the song, they don't always like that. Do you think this is a way for them to get around it in the future? Like, hey, if you want to listen to our songs, we put them all in the game. We don't want you to just post them on YouTube. No, listen to them in the actual game itself. Like, is that their way to get around it? I don't think it is, because if it was, they would be putting it in every single game. Like, for example, I haven't gotten to the end of it, but I highly doubt, actually, I might be wrong because there is a museum in this game, but I highly doubt WarioWare Move It has a jukebox in the game. I don't believe, and I will sound, feel free to call me stupid, okay? I played Tears of the Kingdom months ago. I don't recall there being a jukebox in there. Guys, if there was one in there, please just roast me, because I don't even remember it, okay? But like for like none of the newer games, apart from a select few, have a jukebox in them. It's just not what you see all the time in every single Nintendo game. Some yes, but also some no. So I don't think that's actually their way of getting around the whole music issue on YouTube. I think it's just a cool little feature. That's all. All right. Quick piece of news next up. We have so much news to discuss. All right. Quick piece of news. We have Nintendo wins a Joy-Con lawsuit against Gamevice. Okay. So months back, I believe I talked about this in some capacity, whether it was on this podcast or for a YouTube short, where a company called Gamevice sued Nintendo, accusing them of copying their controllers, because Gamevice has a device called the WikiPad, and apparently it's similar to a Switch, and they accused Nintendo of stealing their technology and stealing their style, you know? And blah, 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 blah. Nintendo won the lawsuit, as always, okay? Nintendo is clean as a whistle. They would never steal anything, and if they did, well, they didn't, because they would have lost. Either way, Nintendo won the lawsuit. Now, if you watch any of my YouTube shorts, you'd be like, wow, Max, that's a video idea. You know, that's right up your alley. You know, Nintendo winning a lawsuit. I don't think that I'll talk about it because it's just like not that juicy. It was just a stupid lawsuit. Like it was just kind of dumb. It's just like, you stole our stuff. No, we didn't. Wins the lawsuit. Like it was just stupid. I don't know. I'm not talking about it further. But that happened. Cool news. Now, guys, we have some news regarding the voice actor for Mario, Luigi, and now Wario. Let's talk. Kevin Afghani, the voice actor for Mario and Luigi in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and from now on, seemingly is the voice of Wario in WarioWare Move It. Now, we do know 100% there is a brand new voice actor for Wario in the WarioWare Move It game. The credits have Kevin Afghani's name in it. However, it doesn't say Wario next to his name. So we can only assume that he is the voice of Wario. We are 99% sure of this. Kevin himself, I don't believe, confirmed that he is Wario. He only said Mario. But you can pretty much confirm he's Wario. Okay? Like, they just want one guy to do all the voices, and you can tell. You can tell it's him. Once you play the game, you can kind of tell it's him. So yeah, he was credited in the credits. It's almost guaranteed. It's just the fact that it doesn't actually say Wario next to his name is what you know could still be up in the air, but it's pretty much him. All right, that's cool beans. And also, by the way, I'll get to my first impressions on the game for our segment later on. Bam. All right, we have some other pretty cool news. We have Penguin and Nabbit Lego sets coming in 2024. Okay, guys. That's some news. Like, when there's Penguin Lego sets, I need to know about that. Like, I need to have people calling my phone when there's new Penguin Lego sets. And these aren't just penguins, by the way. These are Mario penguins. Like the ones that you see from Mario. Penguin and Nabbit Lego sets. Now, let's talk now, okay? We are getting 2 new Lego sets coming in 2024. One of them being the Penguin Family Snow Adventure Lego set. This will cost you about, well, these are converted prices. So it'll be about $22. That's converting it from a different region's price. I believe these were in UK prices. What is that? Yeah, I think that's the UK pound sign or something. I don't know. But we are converting the prices here. So it's going to be $19.99 in this one currency. Converting it to the US, it'll be $22. But that's kind of like a weird price to list a Lego set for. So it'll probably be like $25 for this Penguin Lego set. It includes 2 penguins and a Goomba with a Santa hat on. Fire set. But that would be better. like now because it's almost Christmas time, so I don't know why they're doing it then. And then there's also a Toad's Shop Lego set that includes a yellow Toad and Nabbit. And of course, as the name implies, there's like a little Toad shop that he runs, which looks super, super cute for just the low price of $22. If we round, that'll probably be like $20 or $25 for that set. We'll have to see, but those are coming next year. No exact release date from what I can tell. But I'm excited, honestly. I think that the Toad one is a phenomenal set for $25 or less. That's actually great. I really do like that one. That's a cool one. So, we have those coming out. Now, we have even more news. Guys, we're still on November 1st. I told you there was so much news. We have Pokémon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero Part 2, the Indigo Disc release date revealed. I think that was the longest headline title in the Mario Matter history. My gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 words. Wow, okay. Anyways, you just want to hear when the second part of the DLC is releasing. I got you. It releases December 14th, confirmed by the Pokemon Company, confirmed by Nintendo. December 14th is your day for the second part of the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet DLC. That is coming to you shortly. That is a little bit over a month as this podcast comes out on the 4th of November. That is going to be about a month and 10 days. So, not super long. You know, you have Mario RPG to hold you off in the meantime. You have WarioWare Move It to hold you off in the meantime. You know, you don't have to be rushing to play the... Or not like Russian, like rushing, not Russian. You don't have to be rushing to play Pokemon. You don't have to be rushing to play the DLC, right? So just play the other games that are coming out, and if you can't afford the other games that are coming out, you know, shoot me a DM. I'll buy it for you. I'm kidding. I can't do that. I can't buy games for you. Okay, I can't. I did a giveaway. That people thought that I faked the giveaway. Ask Gavin who won the giveaway. I think he can tell you that I sent the giveaway package. Okay, I can do giveaways, and I will do more giveaways. But no, I cannot buy Mario RPG for you, okay? I can't buy that for you. Bam. All right. Also, in the news, we have Pikachu and Eevee. Guys, this honestly is probably the most underwhelming piece of news today, apart from the next one. But it could seriously be my favorite part of the news, all right? So, guys, I love Thanksgiving. And you might be like, you're stupid. Why do you love Thanksgiving? You know, there's Christmas, there's Halloween, there's all the cool stuff. Why do you love Thanksgiving? Here's the reason. My birthday is on the 27th of November. Okay? Thanksgiving falls Thursday, the 23rd. Black Friday is the 24th. Cyber Monday is the 20th. My birthday, isn't it? Cyber Monday? My birthday's on a Monday? Ew, that's kind of weird. Okay, well, like that entire like span of 4 or 5 days is so awesome. So that's why I love the whole Thanksgiving weekend thing. Not to mention family time. So I love Thanksgiving. Now that has nothing to do with the news, all that I just said. You know, apart from the actual Thanksgiving day. So, do you ever just wake up on Thanksgiving in America and Europe? Do they have Thanksgiving in Europe? I don't even know, guys. I don't know. Just hear me out, okay? I wake up on Thanksgiving in the U.S. and, you know, it's 7:58 in the morning. I'm flipping through all the channels, and you see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. What this is they get, you know, Blue's Clues. They get SpongeBob. They get, you know, a dragon with the flame up its butt to fly through the air. And a Macy's Thanksgiving parade, essentially saying, woohoo, it's Thanksgiving. That's kind of, you know, what I get from it. We have confirmed that Pikachu and Eevee will be taking part in the parade. They will be these big, are they balloons? Big floatable things. Big pinata. What do they call it? Big balloons in the air that'll fly through the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. This November 23rd. This takes place in New York City. So if you're there, pop by, maybe like throw a dart at the Pokemon parade float or whatever, and try to pop it and see what happens. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I do not recommend doing that, okay? But that'll happen. What time is the parade? Because I have to make sure that my butt is up early for that. Macy's Thanksgiving parade, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bro, if you're on the West Coast, RIP, okay? Snap. It's 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the 23rd of November. So even if you can't watch live, if you can't watch, what was I going to say? If you can't watch the replay on YouTube. There you go. That's perfect. We have a bunch of floats taking part in the parade. Pikachu and Eevee are one of them. They are on a Pokeball sled as their float. So that'll be cool. If you go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day website, which I'm on right now, you can actually see there's a Pikachu and Eevee float scheduled to take part in the parade. Yes, it is a balloon. So guys, go over there to get your darts, get your toothpicks ready. Throw them. I'm kidding. Please don't do that. I did not tell you. I don't want to catch a lawsuit. I did not tell you to do that. But there's also Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There's Snoopy. There's Paw Patrol. Bro, there's Ronald McDonald. Dog. They get the Pillsbury Doughboy. Dude, shut up. Uncle Dan. Bro, this is the most stacked Thanksgiving parade I've seen in my life. All right, anyways. I said Pillsbury. All right, guys, next piece of news. Sorry, I kind of waffled on about that for a while. I'm just passionate about it, okay? I've never been, but I want to go. We have Nintendo Live. I'm going to say this quickly because I guarantee you not one person watching this will actually go to this. Nintendo Live has been announced for... Okay, hold on. How do you pronounce this? 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 Seoul, Korea, South Korea is hosting a Nintendo Live. Seoul, South Korea. You are getting a Nintendo Live. Now, guys, if you're going to this, please, don't tweet at me because I have my alerts off. Send me put it in my Discord. Send me a picture of you there in my Discord. Because I want to know, guys, are we flying out to South Korea to play some Mario Wonder? Are we doing this, guys? The event takes place on December 10th. So, you know what? Book your tickets now. I'll meet you there. I'm not going. But I'll meet you there. And we'll play some Mario Wonder in South Korea. Sounds like fun. All right, now, guys, we move on to the 2nd of November. That was a fine Thursday. That was a Thursday. And that honestly feels like it was a while ago, but that was just yesterday as of recording this podcast. All right, the 2nd of November, guys, to begin that day, we have some freebies for you. We have some serious freebies, all right? Here we go. First piece of news, we have My Nintendo. The free Nintendo account service has added, a free Super Mario Bros. Wonder wallpaper. Now, this is 0 platinum points. You have to go in and redeem it, but it's totally free as long as you have an account with My Nintendo, which is, once again, free as long as you have an actual Nintendo account. You can redeem this super cool wallpaper for just 0 platinum points. There is one for the phone and one for the computer. What is the wallpaper, you might ask? I won't even put it on screen just because, you can screenshot it, and I don't want any problems with Nintendo, even though it's a free wallpaper. But essentially, it's just a big map of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder map. A big picture of the map, so you can see all the worlds in it. I won't tell you what the worlds are because that can come across as a spoiler. Even most of them are in the trailers. I don't know. I won't tell you what they are, but it's a big wallpaper of the map in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Very cool. That is free, but also another free wallpaper on My Nintendo is a Pikmin 4 wallpaper. Now, Nintendo has been doing these wallpapers every single month for Pikmin 4. There was one for, I believe, July. There was one for August. There's one for September, one for October. Now November. I will leave the link down below to redeem both of these wallpapers. Now, the Pikmin one is actually a calendar wallpaper. So it's a bunch of Pikmin. There's like one red Pikmin. There's like 3 flying Pikmin on some pink flowers. And in the bottom left of the computer version and the bottom right of the phone version, there is a little calendar for November. It tells you what day of the week every single day on there is. You know, it's not as detailed of a calendar. Like, it doesn't tell you like, oh yeah, this day is Thanksgiving and this day is that. But it just has all the numbers and what day, what weekday those fall on. So very cool. Download links for both of those are in the description down below in the sources and links link. Now, we are getting to the greatest game of all time. WarioWare Move It. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the greatest game of all time, but it's also pretty fun. I'll tell you that. We have gotten Switch Online icons for WarioWare Move It. So, if you're unfamiliar, I'm going to whip out the Switch right now, okay? If you're unfamiliar, if you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, you actually have an app on your Switch that you can access where you can redeem special icons, you can see special Switch Online news and things like that. However, if you go in the app and go to the missions and rewards section, you will actually see a WarioWare Move It set of Switch Online icons. I have redeemed a lot of them, but not all of them. And I have actually used them as my profile picture now. So as you can see, if I can click my profile picture, can we actually... Oh, perfect. Look at this. So if you're watching the video version, I changed my WarioWare or my Switch Online icon to a WarioWare icon. Very cool. So those icons are available now. Very, very cool. Even if you don't like WarioWare and you're just a fan of Wario, it's worth checking out. Seriously. Put my Switch back. It's very, very cool stuff. Now, Wave 1 is available from the from November 2nd to the 9th of November. Wave 2 is November 9th to November 16th. And finally, Wave 3 is November 16th to November 23rd. So, you can get you some Wario icons until Thanksgiving Day. Okay? That's just wraps. That's how it is. Now, if you want the actual icons, like the Wario face and stuff, those are 10 platinum points each. Backgrounds and frames for the icons are 5 platinum points each. So, do what you will with that information. Earn some platinum points, buy all the icons, okay? Here is what you're going to do. Guys, it's Saturday. You're going to take all your platinum points and go spend them all right now, okay? I just told you. I just told you to, so you better do it. And then send me proof after. I'm just kidding. Please don't do any of that. Okay, I will feel so bad if some kid out there just like spent all his platinum points and like sent it to me. Like, bro, please don't do that. Do not do that. Do not spend all your platinum points and then send it in my Discord server. I will feel so bad. Okay. Now, exact same piece of news, similar, but for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, we have brand new Mario Wonder icons. Now we knew about these. What's different? The Wave 3 set of icons actually just released last Thursday, the 2nd of November. So we have brand new icons. I have actually not had a look at them yet, but we do have new ones. I believe that there's an icon. Yeah. Here's all of them. There's a Mario blowing a bubble. There's a Daisy icon. There's a Blue Yoshi icon. There's a Nabbit icon. There's a Piranha Plants icon. There's a, what's that freaking Hoppy Cat? Is that what it's called? There's a Hoppy Cat icon. Excuse me. There's a Bubble Flower icon. So many cool things to explore on the Switch Online icon library. Very cool. Now, moving on from that, quick little piece of news. Nintendo Australia has released a Pikmin 4 tea towel / kitchen towel on My Nintendo. Very cool. So this is actually free if you're in Australia. This is 500 platinum points, and it's essentially just a Pikmin 4 tea towel, it's called. And the description of it actually kind of caught my eye. It says, let Pikmin help with the washing up with this Pikmin 4 tea towel. So, I assume the term tea towel is like for like dishes and stuff, or just, for your tea. I don't know, but it's very similar. Can I actually grab it? 1 second. No, I don't have it. I don't know where it went, but I bought a Pikmin 4 towel as well. And it looks just like this one. However, it's a bit more vibrant. So I can recommend the Pikmin 4 kitchen towel that I bought from the American My Nintendo. This one should be good as well. Go and check it out. 500 platinum points. But yeah, other regions got the exact same thing. Similar, I guess, but not the exact same. I should say that because it's important. All right. Now we move to the last day of news, which is November 3rd, guys. So many things released today to the point where we don't have any news apart from the things that released. So let's run through. First thing that released today was WarioWare Move It, the brand new game in the WarioWare franchise series. No. It's more of a series. In the WarioWare series, it is called WarioWare Move It. And I will get into my first impressions and thoughts in the next segment, spoiler free. Excuse me. Not that there's many spoilers anyway, but like spoiler free next segment. It'll be much fun. I'll discuss all of that. And then also what released are the Zelda and Ganondorf Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom amiibo. Not to flex, but I'll show you them because I have them. Here's one, here's two. I'll show you them on camera for our video listeners. I almost just broke Zelda by accident. Okay. We have these two. Boom, boom. There we go. Focus on them. No, don't focus on me. Focus on them. These are the two amiibos. Very cool. Let me put those back. Boom, boom. Cool beans. Those are out. And then we also have Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet physical DLC bundles are available now. So for example, if you don't have Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet yet, and you want to get the game with the DLC, you can do that physically. Pokemon Sword and Shield had the same thing, and you know what, my friends? Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are doing that right now. Now, I believe that you will have to update that game because the part 2 of the DLC is not even out yet. As we discussed, it'll be out on the 14th of December. So you'll probably have to update your game. It won't be on there from the get-go. They actually should do that. Like, they should make that, some incentive. Like, if you buy the physical bundle, you can get the second part of the DLC 1 month early. Like, that should be a great sales tactic that they're employing. Or deploying. I don't know what it is. I guess not, though. They just aren't fans of that. So anyways, those things released, and I tried to find other news for the 3rd of November, but there wasn't really much. It was just really, here's WarioWare, here's the amiibos, now scram, okay? That's what it was. But anyways, we have a lot of other news to discuss in today's episode. Let's go ahead, let's get to the next segment on the show. Now, I feel like this could be one that is very much so skipped over, but I want you to listen to it because I will give my first impressions on WarioWare Move It. And I feel like that it'll be skipped over because this is not a very hyped up game or a very, very big release, but I will tell you, it's one that you might just be overlooking. This thing is a hidden gem, and I want to give you my thoughts. Let's go. Guys, I picked this game up. Can I tell you the quick story? So I went to Cracker Barrel this morning, and then I was like, okay, I'm picking up the Zelda amiibo at Best Buy. I didn't pre-order this game, but I pre-ordered the amiibo. I was like, I'll just pop over there, and they'll for sure have a copy of WarioWare Move It. I pop over there, none. I'm like, okay. Well, last time that I bought a Switch game on release date at like 9 a.m., Target had it. I pop over to Target, nothing. They don't have it. The guy said UPS is going to come Sunday, which just didn't make sense. Does UPS even deliver on Sunday? I didn't think so. So then I go to the most reliable game store of all time, but one that I don't want to support, and that is GameStop. GameStop has always got the games on release date right when they open. However, I don't like to support them because their business is a little sketchy. I've made a whole short on how they sell you a new game, but they ship you out a used game. It's just like, I don't support dirty business, and they have clearly done that to everybody that had bought a brand new game. There was a whole sale, like, buy one, get one free on new games. And then they would send you, like, used games. It was dirty. So I don't want to support them because of that, but I had to because I wanted to buy WarioWare Move It. Now, what are my thoughts? Okay, so I get home, I pop the game into the Switch. Guys, I'm a one-man show. So story mode is one player. I boot up story mode. I play one round of WarioWare Move It. I got this thrill that I have never gotten when playing a WarioWare game. Something about WarioWare Move It just maybe like, guys, I promise you, this is not like some skit, okay? I promise you, I put this on everything. I found myself, I was in the middle of a WarioWare game, and I'll explain like what the game is like in a second. I was in the middle of playing this game, and I had the biggest grin I think I've ever had in my life, just because, like, you thought Mario Wonder was expect the unexpected. This game is expect the unexpected. So I'm knee deep into WarioWare. Now, for those who are watching or listening and you're like, what even is Wario? Like, I don't know what WarioWare even is. Tell me what it is. It's one game that you buy for the Switch. There's a story mode and there's a like free play mode. And what this is, what WarioWare is, like what the whole concept is you hop into a game and it's minigame after minigame after minigame. And it's called microgame. Each microgame is 5 seconds each. So let's say that, you're playing right now. Gives you a minigame. Boom. Brush your teeth. And then you like drag the toothbrush to the teeth and brush. Done. Next game, you have to shake this controller. Done. Next game. Next game, you plug in your iPhone. Done. Next game. It's like these short little tasks that take less than 5 seconds, and you go game to game to game. And it's like so fast paced, and it's so much fun. It's like actually expect the unexpected. So I was playing WarioWare Move It, and by me saying like I got a thrill that I never got before, that's not me saying that it's the best WarioWare game of all time. I admittedly haven't played all of them. I've played most, but not all of them. This game is cool because this game actually uses a lot of the motion controls, and some other WarioWares do, but like this one really loves to use them, where you play the game with both Joy-Cons in your hand, and it makes you do all these funny things. So I won't give any like spoilers, but they show all this in the trailer. So once you're in a game, you are told to do a few different poses. So let's say that I hop into a game, and there's going to be a few poses that I do throughout the entire match. So one of them I remember was one was just like putting your hands up, just like stretching like towards the air. And then there was one that was like put your hands on your hips or whatever. And so you would do these things, and then it'll tell you to, it'll give you a task. So let's say when my hands were in the air, it says shake. And then I would just be like waving my arms in the air like an idiot. Like that's what this game makes you do. It says, put your arms in the air and then like shake or whatever. And so I would do that. Or if my arms were in the air, it would say like, what else can you do? Like pull them down quick or something like that. Like it would make you do things from the position that you were in. If my hands were on my hips, one time it made me like do a circle, like with my hands on my hips and like rotate, my entire body. Like it was insane. It makes you do funky things. Okay, it's so much fun, and because of like the whole motion control thing, I think that's what makes this game. Like if you played WarioWare Get It Together, I played that game using my Pro Controller. And it was cool. It was fun. And that's how a lot of the WarioWare games work. You know, you aren't always using motion controls. But with WarioWare Move It, the fact that it's motion control based is phenomenal. I've played like an hour, like 1 hour or two. This game's sick. I can't say it enough. I just want to go back to it. Now, it's not a very long game. I haven't beaten it yet. But I heard that it's, you know, it's not very long, and I know that WarioWare games are not very, very long. And it's $50, not $60, which I think is fair. I don't know, like, I would pay $60 for this game, but I think it was the right move to not totally price it at $60 because you aren't getting a whole lot of content. It's story mode or free play. And they weren't going to charge $40 for it because it's a brand new Switch game. $40 just isn't the standard. But would I recommend buying WarioWare Move It? From what I've played, it's hard because like it appeals to everybody. Like it's not a super niche game. Like you can pick it up and laugh at it and you know, enjoy it. But is it your kind of game? I can't tell you yes or no. But in my opinion, I think yes. I think give WarioWare Move It a go. And I don't say that for every single game. But WarioWare Move It, I feel like is a game that I could play with my dog if he was capable. I could play it with my mom and she would understand it and she would get all of it. You know, I think it's that kind of game. And it's a silly, silly game that has you doing funny things. Like, if you don't smile when playing WarioWare Move It, get a refund. Because clearly it wasn't for you. WarioWare Move It, though, is great. I like it, and there's so many fun challenges. Just the entire concept is fun. If you're asking for my rating of the game, I have not beaten it, but like from what I can tell of the game, I give it an 8 out of 10. Because here's the thing. Here are the shortcomings of the game. The only problem that I can spot with this game is sometimes the Joy-Cons just go out of whack. Like sometimes it just won't know what you're doing. You'll try to do the game and it just doesn't work. Which isn't a big problem. Like I would say 14 out of 15 times the controls would work just fine, but that 1 out of 15 might throw you off. It might mess you up. Sometimes it'll mess you up, and then you know you can redeem yourself like by just like I don't know, just like shaking the controller tends to work to you know fix it all up. But yeah, sometimes it'll just not know what you're doing. It's fine. It doesn't happen very often, but that's the only problem that I can spot. I do like how it takes place on you know a tropical island and stuff. That's not a spoiler. Very, very cool, and the music is also great. But that's what I think of WarioWare Move It. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's, but not like McDonald's. Very cool. Now, let's move on to our next topic, guys. SEGA has been saying some wild things. They've been waffling on about Nintendo and Mario and all these kinds of things. To the point where SEGA said they want Sonic to surpass Mario in popularity. Can he ever do that? Will he ever do that? How do they do that? Let's talk. Alright guys, so we had an interview from SEGA go public, okay? And they have said the unthinkable, the ambitious, the thing that they want to do that no one thinks they'll be able to do, okay? Let's go ahead. This segment is called, Will Sonic Ever Be Bigger Than Mario? Allow me to read you what Ohashi, the SEGA division manager, said about Mario and Sonic. Quote, to put it simply, I want to surpass Mario. Sonic was originally developed to compete with Mario, and we have yet to achieve that because we respect Mario. Our goal is to catch up to him and surpass him. We want Sonic to be played all over the world, including Japan, just like Mario. And we want the movie to be a bigger hit than Mario. That is our goal as Sonic lovers. Bro, they just sound like haters. Like, they just sound like haters. I mean, obviously they're not. Obviously they aren't. But, I don't know, like, it just sounds like their whole goal is to take over Mario now. Now, I want to talk, can Sega ever do this? And how would they ever do it? Now, you know, any normal person would look at that interview quote and be like, all right, well, good luck. like it's probably not going to happen. Here's how you'd probably go about that. Sonic is Sega's, main boy. Sonic is the guy for Sega, right? And Mario is the guy for Nintendo. I seriously think it would be near impossible to pass Mario in popularity. I mean, is there even, time? Is it possible for anyone to pass Mario in, this century? Is that even, a thing? Because Mario, actually, I saw a study, and I don't know if it was true or not. I saw a study that said Mario was more recognizable than Mickey Mouse. Okay? And Mickey Mouse is freaking Mickey Mouse. If more people can recognize Mario than Mickey Mouse, you don't stand a chance. Everyone knows Mario. You think of gaming, you think of Mario. Or maybe you don't. But a lot of people do. I certainly do. You probably do. I would say for sure. And to ever think Sonic would be as big as Mario is insane. When you think of gaming, where do you think of Sonic in your list of, gaming characters? Honestly, maybe he'd be in, your top 5. Maybe you'd say Mario. Maybe you'd say, Luigi after that. Mario, Luigi, Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot, and then maybe Sonic if he's lucky. Maybe that's just how you would go about it. The only way Sonic could ever be bigger than Mario is if Mario dies. If Mario gets in a big pickle and the whole Mario franchise dies and Nintendo shuts down. That's the only way. Because you can make as many Sonic games as you want. You can make Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Superstars. The truth is, you're just not Nintendo. And the difference between Nintendo and Sega is Nintendo has different things coming out all the time. Before this year, like last year, they had Kirby and the Forgotten Land. They had Splatoon 3. What else did they have last year? They had Pokemon. That was Pokemon Company, but it was under the Nintendo name. They had so many good games, released last year. And really, unless I'm being stupid, none of them were Mario. There wasn't a Mario game released last year. I better not be stupid. I believe that is accurate, okay? There wasn't a Mario last year, but the name still lives because you're selling Nintendo games, which then fall on the Nintendo Switch, which then funnels you in to Mario, which is why Mario can be so popular. There's funnels. You don't realize it, but there's funnels to Mario. There's the Mario movie, and sure, there's a Sonic movie, but there's funnels, Mario movie, to the Switch, to a Mario game. You get funneled in. Or, a separate funnel is, a Mario. It could be as simple as, being, Mario already being the biggest game character. Someone at school can be talking, can be, waffling about Mario. You're like, oh, who's Mario? You buy a Switch, you get to know Mario. Mario's just the bigger character, and he's the one who's in the conversations. It's not Sonic. And the only way I think to be close to Mario is to do what, Nintendo's doing. Sega would have to become a Nintendo. Let's start here. Before you try and surpass Mario, you have to get your brand name up a little bit. Sega has to be a bit bigger. Because I guarantee you, there's at least a few people watching the podcast that don't know that Sega even exists. I guarantee, bro, there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there. You have to get your brand name up. Put out a brand new console, bro. Honestly, seriously, do. Seriously, put out something. It'll flop, probably. But, I mean, a lot of people who buy the Switch are funneled into Mario games. People who buy the Sega whatever console will be funneled into Sonic. You tend to know the two company mascots before you actually buy the console, though. If you want Sonic to surpass Mario, you get more plays on Sonic games. You get Sonic on every console, which they're doing. Sonic is on PC, Xbox, PS4, PS5, Switch. It's everywhere. So they're doing a good job there. It's just Mario. That's like me saying that I want to surpass Mr. Beast on YouTube. No matter how hard I try, Mr. Beast is not going anywhere. Like, yeah, I can try to be at least close to as big as he is. We can try. But it's just because he's already established. Mr. Beast is written in the history books. You just can't surpass a historical figure. Not that he's a historical figure, but like when you think of YouTube, you think of Mr. Beast. When you think of gaming, you think of Mario. Sonic's just not there, and I don't know that he will ever be. Sonic is not getting the push that Mario had. He's not getting the games that Mario has. We have about, well, in the June Direct from this year, the June presentation for Nintendo, we had like 3 Mario games get announced. Mario Wonder, Mario RPG, and Mario, what was the other one? Shoot. Guys, someone help me. Someone help me, guys. No. There were 2 Mario games, 1 Luigi and 1 Peach. But those are all part of the Mario franchise, and those games all push Mario, the Mario brand. We had what? 1, 2 Sonic games announced announced this year. We had Sonic Superstars, and we had Sonic Dream Team or whatever coming to the Apple Arcade or whatever. You just need to level it up. And sure, Sega is a smaller company, and they can't do that as easy as I'm making it sound. But I just don't know if they're surpassing Mario. Now, here's the thing. I'm very much in respect of their ambition. One of my favorite quotes is, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land amongst the stars." And that's the most true thing. If you aim to get something done in 1 hour, and you don't, you definitely got further than you would have if you didn't set the 1 hour timer to get it done in 1 hour, because you worked faster in that hour than you would have without the 1 hour, due date or whatever. If that makes sense. Like you do more because you have such a lofty goal than you would have done without a lofty goal. So for them having the goal to surpass Mario, if they execute, Sonic can for sure get bigger. He won't pass Mario, but he can for sure get bigger. Sonic can certainly pass a few big names in gaming, for sure. He just needs more games and more push. It's just hard when you have a game character that just isn't already getting the push and getting the nod. Mario's just taken over. And I will tell you this. Unless the next console sales go down for Nintendo, like if the Switch 2 sells horrendously, Mario ain't going nowhere. There's only going to be more and more Mario stuff. So Sega's got to really step on, put the pedal to the metal. Is that the saying? And go hard on Sonic if they ever wanted to surpass Mario. That's what I think, though. Final answer, will Sonic ever be bigger than Mario? No. I feel like I just began some documentary. like when Sonic becomes bigger than Mario, whoever makes a documentary will put that in the beginning. Will Sonic be bigger than Mario? No. Dude, I'm part of a documentary, guys. I made it. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, that's what I think. No way will Sonic ever be bigger than Mario. They can try, and I'm not hating on Sega. I like Sega. I didn't buy Sonic Superstars yet, but I'm going to. I would just say, stick to more Mario and Sonic at the Olympic games. You can get the rub that way. And then we'll all just go back to pretending that, Sonic can be bigger than Mario one day. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it'll happen. With that said, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next segment. Last episode, we did a Saturday showcase. Saturday spotlight segment. We're not doing it this episode. We have something to show you next episode. But for now, let's get to your favorite segment of the podcast. It is time to answer your questions that you have asked me. Let's go. It's your favorite segment. Today we are answering your questions, and not just today, we do it every single podcast. So you all have asked me questions to answer on this very show. Now, what is the way to submit a question for me to answer? Well, there are two different ways. The first way is to submit a question on my YouTube community tab. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to the community tab on the channel homepage, you will be able to see a brand new post every single Wednesday saying, hey, join me on my podcast during the answering your question segment and ask me a question right here, right now. And so you can comment a question there every single Wednesday. It'll be posted. Or if you don't want to wait for next Wednesday, feel free to go ahead and join my Discord server. The link is in the description. Join that, and then you can navigate to a channel called Ask EmSwizzle and put your question in there. If you have trouble finding the channel, join the Discord server and then ask somebody. They will point you to it. But with that said, that is how you ask questions. But if you're just asking questions and you're like, but Max, my question isn't getting answered, you can become a channel member for the low price of $1.99 a month. It's very similar to Patreon. You can subscribe to the channel monetarily and get special perks, some including special podcast episodes. If you sign up, you'll get special episodes. You get a merch discount for when we launch merch next Friday. That's the first time that I've said that on air. So merch next Friday. You get what else do you get? You get special emojis. You get exclusive stuff, guys. Very cool. Check it out. But you also get a guaranteed question. Becoming a member will guarantee your question. Link down below to become a channel member. Or if you're already on YouTube, hit the join button next to my channel name, if there is one, and you will become a channel member. Kudos. Now, we do have one channel member that asked a question. Did we get any more while I was recording? Let's just double check just to be sure. No, we did not. Bam. All right. Here we go. Let's go with the first one. The Retro Kid YT asks, what do you hope the next big release will be? Bam. Okay. Like the next game to come out, I assume is what you're asking. I mean, my gut hopes that it's Animal Crossing something, but I don't think that'll happen. So I'll give you a more realistic answer because I don't want to, under-deliver. I think the next big game that releases could certainly be not a brand new, but a remaster of a Zelda game. Because Nintendo has games lined up for next year. You have a gap somewhere in the April and May timeframe. So I would say somewhere in that time, it's going to be about 1 year after Tears of the Kingdom released. Put out a Zelda remake or remaster or something like that for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I hope that would be the next big release that gets announced. A Zelda remaster for either Twilight Princess or Wind Waker or both. Then Biscuit Boy 8734 asks, on the next Nintendo console, will the new Smash game be Smash Ultimate Deluxe or a completely new Smash game? Definitely a new Smash game. That's my guess. People are saying like, oh my gosh, Smash Ultimate's gonna get rebooted because Sakurai, who is like the mastermind behind the entire franchise, doesn't want to make any more, which I understand. If Sakurai wants to retire, let the man retire. For those who don't know, once again, he kind of like runs the whole Smash Bros. Thing. Masahiro Sakurai is his name. If he wants to retire, he's done his work. I understand it and I respect it. But just because he retires does not mean that they're going to stop making Smash games. You all have to realize, and maybe you do realize this, he is a big part of the franchise, and we wouldn't have the games that we have without him. But he's not doing every like bit and piece. Like he has a whole team working alongside him. Like he's not the only one working on it. Like, there's people who can emulate what he would want, and there's people who can emulate his style and how he would want things to be. There's people who can do that. There's people who have worked closely with him. There can be a new Smash game without Masahiro Sakurai, and I'm sure that he would, watch over it and maybe give sprinkles or inklings of advice with the game to the, future developers on it. But if he retires, he's not, there's going to be a new Smash game. So I think it'll be a totally new Smash game. I'm willing to be wrong, and I'm willing to take my L. Maybe it will be a Smash Ultimate port. I don't know. I think it'll be a brand new Smash game. Because they've never, ever ported a Smash game. I mean, if you want to count, like, Wii U Smash Bros. To 3DS Smash Bros., I guess. But, like, never really, like, from one console to, like, the next new console, Never really like that. So, I think it'll be brand new. Then Mimic7165 asks, do you think that WarioWare Move It will surpass WarioWare Get It Together or flop like its predecessor? Okay. WarioWare Move It, I don't think will sell as well as WarioWare Get It Together. Not only because the whole motion control thing, I think that the motion controls are kind of a turnoff. I think the reason why, like, WarioWare Get It Together didn't even sell very great, but it'll sell better than Move It, I predict, because WarioWare is a series, I almost said franchise, that has been around for years. So when a loved series or a franchise comes to the Switch for the first time, it's hype. Like, yes, that series is still going to be around. I'm excited. Let's buy it. So the newest Big Bad Wario game is coming to the Switch in WarioWare Get It Together. That was like the hype. WarioWare returns, And so that had come to the Switch, and that had some hype behind it because it was a brand new Wario game. And that's cool, and that's hype. But when you get to putting out another one in a little bit over 2 years since the last one, it's just kind of like, yay, a new WarioWare game. Like, I have one already, like, when you put it on the same console, it's kind of hard to sell the second one when you already sold a WarioWare game on that console before. And also, as I said, the motion controls are not a turnoff for me, but a turnoff for some people. I think that WarioWare Move It sells worse than WarioWare Get It Together. I don't know why they even put out a brand new WarioWare game. I don't even know why. Like, they shouldn't have. Like, you had time. Just make it like an early release on the next console. Like, put it, if the next console really does release in 2024, put the game out in early 25. Done. Wraps. Done. Like, I don't know. I would have waited. Not only would I have waited to make the next WarioWare game, I would have made it, like, mind-blowing. Like, so great that you could charge $60 for it because it's just that good. I would have done, like, a Mario Wonder to it. I would have totally revamped everything because WarioWare doesn't sell very well. And if you promote it with, like, so many new things and, like, make it as mainstream as possible, even, like, maybe even get, like, Mario somehow featured in it, to, like, add some more eyeballs to the game itself. Wraps. Done. WarioWare sells better. I'm telling you. They don't like, no one else owns WarioWare, right? Dude, they should totally put Mario in it. And yeah, it would feel different, but bro, what's more important? The game feeling different or money? For Nintendo, I would argue money. So, put Mario in there. Then, Ganonmain asks, will we get another Classic Edition console like Nintendo did with the NES and SNES Classic? Maybe a Wii Classic? I don't think so, because the NES and SNES Classic released before the Switch. Well, sorry, the NES Classic released before the Switch was released. The SNES Classic, I believe, was released in late 2017, so that was a bit after the Switch. But either way, if I'm not wrong, you weren't able to play NES and SNES games on the Switch before either of those classic consoles were announced. So now that they kind of found their lane to just have people emulate those games on the Switch, I don't imagine that we'll get another classic console for anything. Because, like, if they put out a classic N64, are you buying that? Or are you just buying the N64 pack on Switch Online? If you're asking me, like, yeah, that's sick. It's the actual hardware. But like a lot of people who just like to play the game and shut up are just gonna play on Switch Online. So I don't think it's worth their time to make a classic console. I would not complain, and I'd probably buy it too. But I just don't know that Nintendo wants to go that route. I think it's cool, but I think they have their emulation ways, and that's it. Define7890 asks, Max, I really want this question answered. Well, look at that. Do you think the Switch 2 will be able to backtrack to Switch games? So backwards compatibility? Yes, I think that it will be able to, because Nintendo loves backwards compatibility. You look at Nintendo's last 5 consoles, they all have backwards compatibility, apart from the Switch, because I think the Wii U and 3DS era wasn't a very good era for Nintendo. They just kind of wanted to get away from it. So if you look at before the Switch, 3DS, backwards compatibility. Wii U, backwards compatibility. Wii, backwards compatibility with GameCube. DS, backwards compatibility with Game Boy Advance. GameCube, backwards compatibility with Game Boy Advance. Like, it's always had backwards compatibility up until now. Before the Switch release, you would have assumed that it would have backwards compatibility just because every single Nintendo console had it up until then. Or, sorry, not every single one, but like most of them had backwards compatibility in the recent years. So I think, yes, when they're able to, they will add backwards compatibility, and I believe that the Switch 2 will have Switch backwards compatibility. ASC Kirby asks, what Nintendo series do you think will get a big overhaul, like how Breath of the Wild made Zelda open world? So like a fresh new beginning. I think Animal Crossing, because now not only have you turned the Animal Crossing community, including me, into like island critics and like critics of the game. I think that because Animal Crossing is now this giant game, you sold 40 million Animal Crossing copies for New Horizons. I think because it's like this massive force, I think Animal Crossing gets redone. I think there's gonna be like biomes, bro. Like seriously, like you can pick where you wanna have your island be, in the next game. Like it'll be crazy. It'll be different. I think Animal Crossing may not be like the most deserving of an overhaul, but I believe that it will actually somehow, some way get one. Yep. Carlos R401. How many Toys to Life figures do you have in total? Sad that they're falling off. We need justice, lol. All right. It's probably gonna be around, like, including the amiibo. Not to flex. I was just a not smart 8-year-old. Including Skylanders, including Disney Infinity, including amiibo, and including Lego Dimensions, I probably have upwards of 300, probably, if not more. People think that I have more. Like, my family, like, looks at them and says, dude, you have, like, 800. It's actually not. I've counted them all one time. It's probably, like, 330 or so, 325 maybe, which is a freaking lot. And I will not ever sell them because I think that they're so cool. I love Toys to Life. But I definitely should not have bought that many. Should not have bought that many when I was younger. I just didn't know any better, so I bought a bunch. And amiibo are a big thing as well, so that also plays a part. I have a few amiibo that, count towards that, but it's mostly Skylanders. And then Noob Master 89, have you played UFC 5? If so, would you recommend it? I have played UFC 5. If you don't know, UFC is one of my favorite games to play that is not on the Switch or not, Nintendo related. The only complaint that I have about UFC 5, so I've not played the career mode yet. The career mode I have to dive into. But my only complaint is if you played UFC 4, the controls are different in UFC 5, which I don't like. It's I don't know what does what. I don't know, like, how to throw certain kicks. I don't know, like, the uppercut button is different. It's just annoying. I don't like it. It's weird. I wish that they had, like, legacy controls, UFC 4 controls that I can set, It's annoying otherwise. But otherwise, I would recommend it. Wait for it to go on sale. It's $70. It's not worth that, but if you can get it for like 50, ding it. Done. Sold. Buy it. EmSwizzle Enthusiast 2. What 3DS games do you recommend? I just got mine yesterday. And I already bought New Leaf, Wild World, Mario 3D Land, and Miitopia. All right. So Tomodachi Life, number 1. Get Tomodachi Life. You have 3D Land. If you have not, well, no, I was gonna say get Mario Maker, but if you have Mario Maker 2, there's no point. What games do I have? I have Pokemon X. Get Pokemon X. I'm looking at my collection. Kirby Planet Robobot. Get that one. Kirby Planet Robobot. I'll give you one more. This is on the cheaper side. Get Pilot Wings Resort. And also, one more. Get Happy Home Designer. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. You will not be disappointed with any of those, I promise you. And then finally, Not Mind PP Ghost. What is the food you want to eat most from any Nintendo game? That's a fun one. You know, I could say something from like Tomodachi Life, or, you know, Miitopia. I could say one of those. But truthfully, there's nothing more that I've ever wanted to do on planet Earth than take a juicy bite into an Animal Crossing apple. There's nothing more that I've ever wanted to do in my entire life than just like take a bite into one of those juicy apples. Bro, if you've ever eaten fruit in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know when the character chows down on the fruit, they make ASMR, the greatest ASMR sounds to ever exist. Bro, let me get some, you know? Give me a freaking apple, and we'll call it even. Done. But that is it for the Mario Matter episode number 62. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, make sure, well, there's different platforms. YouTube people, leave a like and subscribe. Become a channel member for the low price of $1.99 a month. If you're on Spotify, please leave us a great rating, a 5-star rating. That would be phenomenal. You can do that. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, feel free to also leave us a 5-star rating. We'd appreciate it. And you can actually write a few things. So if you write something in the review, write Mario in your review. Okay, here. Try to use the word Mario as many times as you can in your review while keeping your review genuine. And that'll tell me that you listened all the way in the podcast. So do that. And with that said, thank you all so much for listening. I hope to have you back next Saturday. Thank you to all of our channel members. They'll be shouted out in the outro of the podcast visually on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. See you next Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time to discuss all Nintendo news. Or will be. Guys, next weekend, I will be out of town. I will be in an undisclosed location that I'll talk about, that I will discuss once I get back from my trip. I will be gone next Saturday. So, next podcast will not be Nintendo news focused. It'll be an evergreen Nintendo podcast where I do a tier list or something, or where I do this or that, or something fun that I have planned for you all. But it will not be news focused. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. I just can't. So I will have a podcast ready for you. It'll be up, but it will not be news focused. Okay? Thank you all so much for your support. I hope that you understand that. I'll see you all soon. Adios.